Hi, this video is about my Brain Pop Junior, Parts of a Plant, which is one of my resources I put in my Google Classroom. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to use or open this resource if your district does not have Brain Pop or Brain Pop Junior. This is a resource we use a lot in the primary levels for science and social studies, and it's a resource my district pays for. So I certainly want to be using it as I'm planning a unit, not just for myself, but for the other teachers in my district. So I'm just going to show you a little bit about it. Since you can't open it, you can just see it. So first thing, this is how I would get to it. Families, resources, students, if I were a student. Academic resources. Scroll down, you can see our district does a really good job of putting everything here that our kids can access. And when I'm looking for it, Module 1 is Parts of a Plant. And I'm not going to import my class because it wouldn't matter because you guys aren't associated with the York Suburban School District, so that
Parts of a plant
doesn't actually help. But I can do that for my own class in their own Google Classroom. You can see that there's some quizzes that they can take afterwards.
Hard quiz.
And draw about it and write about it are the two that we're looking at for the kids to be doing when they're doing their asynchronous learning. So I'm just going to play this through so you can get an idea of it. Please just fast forward through it. You certainly don't have to watch it. And at the end, I'll show you a couple little things about how this is as a lesson that my kids certainly can and have accessed other lessons through Brain Pop quite easily.
Moby, what are you doing? But that's not the right way. The roots go in the soil, not the flowers and the leaves. You know, the roots. They're the part of the plant that, what do roots do anyway? Look, that tree has really big roots. Well, the roots are the part that grow down into the soil, but I'm not exactly sure what they do. Wow, without roots, this tree would have been blown away. They do a good job of holding a plant into the dirt. I know plants need water to grow. And water goes down into the soil. I bet the roots take in water from the soil. And soil is full of all kinds of stuff. I bet it's really nutritious for the plant. The roots must absorb the nutrients and send them up the stem. So, what does the stem do? I bet water and nutrients go through the stem to reach the rest of the plant. I know it's a trunk, but it's also the stem. Stems can come in all different sizes, but they both help support the plant. And the stem helps the plant reach sunlight. What do leaves do? I know, it looks sick. The leaves are falling off. You're right. That plant looks a lot healthier. Look how big and green the leaves are. It must get a lot of sunlight and fresh air. Leaves need to take in sunlight and air to make food for the plant. So then the plant can grow up to be strong and healthy. But these plants don't have flowers like the ones in our garden. What do flowers do? I know that flowers are important parts of some plants. Flowers make a sticky powder called pollen, which helps them make new plants. Look, there's a seed at the end of this petal. I guess flowers help the plant make seeds and fruit. But what do seeds and fruit do? There are so many seeds in this watermelon. Seeds are important because they can grow into new plants. Well, since seeds are inside the fruit, I bet the fruit protects the seeds. And fruit is really tasty. When animals eat fruit, the seeds pass through them and end up in a different place. We should go plant these seeds and grow new plants. Then we can have all the watermelon we want. You swallowed a seed? Don't worry, a watermelon plant isn't going to grow inside you. That's not how it works.
So for those of you who aren't familiar again with Brain Pop, one of the things is there's always a joke at the end with Moby. And you can see that there's a lot of questioning throughout the video. So when I'm using this in class and we are working together, of course, I'm pausing. We're talking about the questions. We're seeing if they can get the answers before we move on. But as we're doing it asynchronously, a little bit different. So we have the easy quiz was what I gave as an assignment.
Start.
Okay. And you can see that there's questioning, and then you can, of course, listen to the question here, listen to your choices of answers.
The plant would grow bigger.
So the kids who are more advanced readers might be able to read these questions themselves, but it's certainly most of my class is going to be listening to their choices and making their selections correct like this. Okay, so that's the quiz. The next thing I had was draw about it. What does your favorite plant look like? Remember to draw all the plant parts. So then they can go ahead and they can draw, whatever they want to. And they can put a label on it if they want to about what it is. They can even add a picture themselves if they want to move them around. So it's a pretty user-friendly resource. And here's write about it. How does a plant use its parts to grow? And then we have
roots,
some choices to help us remember
leaves,
what the words mean. So let's say that they're going to write about it here. Okay. And then they are done.
Wordplay.
And they can save that.
Save.
Now, like I said, I didn't assign this to you, but if I assign this to my kids, I can actually give them a due date and schedule it, assign it. So if I click assign here, oops, let me click class. This is my class. And I can do a due date and give instructions and assign it. But like I said, since I couldn't really do that with you, you can't see it that way. But hopefully being able to see it this way shows you what a great resource this is. When I assign it in Google Classroom, I make a copy for each student. Therefore, they can do the work and they can turn it in. So anyway, so that's how I'm planning on using BrainPop Junior.